Let's get in here and change the song. Oof. I mean, that one's not bad. There we go. Hey, welcome everyone. Man, we are back. We are back with another live stream. It has been too long. It has been too long. Been a while since I broke out the streaming playlist. Got some good music here. Guys. So, Ashes of Creation, obviously, came out with another update. We have to react to it, dissect it, talk about it. Can I just say, alright, you know, let's turn down the music for a second. I just need to say that life has been crazy lately. Holy cow. Life has been extremely crazy. With the new job, with all the work, there's been so much work. Work helping my family out, work with the new job, and now late at night, what is it? We're at like 10 o'clock where I'm at. We're gonna live stream. We're gonna live stream for a good hour and a half tonight. So, energy's a little low. Ha! I need to get my energy up, but energy's a little low. That's okay. What's really exciting is that I'm here talking with you guys once again on the live stream. I'll be surprised if any of my normal visitors are actually still awake. But yeah. So that's just like a small update with my life. Things have been busy. Obviously, I would love to keep live streaming more, keep playing games with you guys, keep hanging out, talking about Ashes of Creation. But yeah. Life is life. So I'm gonna do my best to keep putting out awesome content for you. Just have a little bit of patience with me as I sort things out on my end as well. Sleeping in Ashes. Welcome to the live stream, man. I don't know if you... Sleeping in Ashes. Maybe that's why you like Ashes of Creation so much. It just connects straight into your name. Welcome, welcome. Alright, so... Oh, before I hit play, I have the video pulled up, right? We'll go full screen, we'll watch it together. But, we're gonna be adding popcorn as an emoji for those who are members of the channel, so look forward to that. I'm getting the popcorn emoji all made and ready, and we'll add that, so... As always, guys, sit back, relax, enjoy the show, grab some popcorn, grab a snack, and let's get into it. Whew. You know, okay, time to stop talking, time to start watching here. Ooh. Okay. Oh my gosh, Noah. That popcorn is awesome. That is not one of my emojis. But welcome to the stream, man. Throw out the popcorn. Let's get going. It took me by such surprise seeing that popcorn emoji because that's basically what my emoji is going to look like. I think it's going to say popcorn across it, but awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyway, spooky. No. Okay. It really upped their intro. The live scream.
Welcome ghouls and goblins, to our glorious Ashes of Creation October development update. Sorry, I'm just having a little fun.
I love your costume. It looks
Wow.
so
You
good.
look awesome too.
Star Trek.
Thank you.
The community voted. There might have been a Steven influence in there.
Yes, that is true. I mean, honestly, you did such a great job. I love the horns, the feathers,
Yeah.
the
She looks pretty good.
wings. It all looks so good. Did you make all that by yourself?
Some of it I did. This I bought, but the feathers and stuff. But this I decided to go with just black because I can use it for other cosplay stuff than just this.
Oh yeah.
But she's got like a purpley vibe to her, so I got some purple in there.
Oh,
you look
totally.
awesome. Where did you get that?
I ordered this off of Amazon. But you know what's crazy? It came last night and I was looking at it and I was
close.
I don't remember there ever being a uniform that looked like this in Star Trek.
And
maybe
so I
it's
like the new one.
No, I looked all around and I couldn't see
the strap
any uniform.
thing is interesting too.
Well, the strap that's like old school, kind of like Wrath of Khan-esque.
And you got what's the emblem from?
It's like a little Admiralty thing.
Nice.
But yeah, I'd never actually seen this costume. I was talking to Ash this morning. I was like, yeah, I don't remember where this costume came from. But oh well, I'm a mirror universe.
We've got quite a stream in store for you, and we also have like a company potluck thing. So, you know, Steven and I are hungry. We're gonna try to see if we can do this in an hour. I feel like we say that, but we always go for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
No, we have a potluck today.
Yeah.
It's always long.
I was looking at some food that was getting made last night, and I was like, ooh, this looks good. Yeah, McP was sending me some pictures.
McP with the teasers. Yeah. Basically we have a sign-up sheet. I love spreadsheets, so I made a sign-up sheet. It's a little crazy. But yeah, we're bringing back our monthly potlucks. We used to do these monthly when we were in the office. But
all right, guys, we're gonna skip ahead here to straight to the juice, you know. I love hearing about their potlucks and stuff, but I just want to get into the pumpkin carving contest. First of all, 24-hour live stream. I don't know why I said first of all. That's all I have to say about that.
Crazy. But yeah.
Oh no, first of all, I remember what I was going to say. I'm still bitter about last year. I spent all that time. I even live streamed me carving a pumpkin for the contest. My pumpkin was so much better than all the other pumpkins. Not even remotely. The other ones didn't even come close. But I didn't even make the board. I didn't even make the stand of the top 5.
We've got
still
a lot of
little
cool
bitter
stuff, planned for that. And, you can go check it out.
These awesome looking pumpkins, which started out great from a sketch perspective as I was watching. And then as they started carving, things went a little downhill. but I thought they turned out really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone killed it. So yeah, we did our own carving as well. But of course, what you guys want to know is who won the prizes.
Show us the winners.
This year we upped the ante. We have even more rewards for people. We had even more winners, and we had some really cool stuff like this amazing Corsair gaming chair, and of course some returning items as well that you might have seen as well as Alpha 2 access. So if I know there's a lot of people who have said I can't really afford to purchase, one of the kick or whatever the backer or pre-order packages or anything like that. This was kind of your opportunity to be part of that. Not only did we do a contest, we also did a sweepstakes because we got a lot of feedback that people were like, well, I'm not really a creative person. I don't really do digital or carving of pumpkins, or I can't find a pumpkin. So we wanted to provide those folks an opportunity, and you could have, been in both of them. So you got a double opportunity. So without further ado, here we go. Let's show off the winners. Are you ready,
all right,
Steven?
Let's see this.
The winners will be announced.
The winners?
Yeah, these are the winners.
Oh, I voted in this. I should have had okay, let's see.
It's all on the run of show, so if you want to click
perfect.
that, you can also look at those.
Okay.
So first and foremost, we have our Gleeful winner.
Gleeful?
Our digital Gleeful winner.
Wait. Gleeful prize winner? This is the winner? This is the winner of the digital art pumpkin. Like, it's funny. I get the joke, but
Creative.
What is happening there?
So it's our corgi. We have a corgi in our game. If you guys don't know, there is actually a corgi in our game. And he's crushing, I think he's crushing Nick's pumpkin, because Nick carved a pumpkin, and Fee's like all about it. So Fee and Nick are our two like little mascots. And if you didn't know, I'm gonna blow your mind.
Is that supposed to be a butt?
It's Fee Nick, like Phoenix.
Oh, okay. But it's not a butt?
No, it's definitely a corky butt. Definitely sat down on poor Nick's
Oh, that's like
pumpkin.
a butt cheek dimple in the side too.
Yep.
Wow. Very graphic with that one. How did that get past our approval committee?
You voted on this. I saw you. I saw you. Don't even start.
I put like a 4 out of comedy, I think.
Yeah, this one won the funny. It won the Gleeful digital.
Yeah.
So winning the
I get the funny part.
So, great job, Cheesy Weasel. I believe
Funny part, all right, I get it. Maybe it's playful. It's also got some inside jokes going for it with the Ashes mascot and the corgi, and yeah, I get it. Execution, way below subpar. Like, I don't know.
you've already been contacted. We'll be talking to you about getting the information so that we can send you your rewards. So congratulations on that. Our physical winner for our Gleeful prize is this amazing. Oh my gosh. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, Evelyn made
cool.
this.
Okay, so this is what I want to see, right? This is what I want to see out of a pumpkin carving contest. Like, I want to see actual pumpkins. Like, execution, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Pretty good, but it's clever, right? Like, they actually put work into it. It's actually unique. It's not just some regular thing carved into a pumpkin.
And our
overall
resident
7 out of 10.
Flanagan, aka Toast, appreciated it.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I believe Toast dressed up as this last year.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, remember she had like she had a light on her head and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she got creative, man. Next up, we have our glorious winners. And the first up with that is this one from, I believe he wants to just be called Woo, but his full name is listed there as well, if you'd like to see that. Very neat.
Okay.
A lot of stuff going on in the background, too, for...
Yeah, like, okay, so this is more up at the level that I was expecting the winners to be at. There's detail here, there's a lot of thought. Like, this is just a 2D blank pumpkin, but he made it 3D. He made it like in a scene. We have chopped off arms in the back with crazy terror birds. This is what I'm wanting to see here.
I like the eye that fell out on the left.
Yeah.
And like there's this
you can see the fell-beak macaws.
Fell-beak, yeah.
They're both fell-beak macaws. I think they're being this horrifies. But fell-beak macaws creep me out as already. And like if you read the lore, there's actually lore on our website if you want to watch or read it. And then there also is a video that shows the creation process of them. They are so creepy.
Yo.
Creepy little teeth.
What is up?
Creepy little teeth.
Adolfo.
I designed them that way.
Barreto.
We need
Welcome to the stream, man.
All right, next up we've got
We're just
our
chilling,
physical one.
watching
this
the update.
is from Big Chief Jojo. And
Dang.
Wow, look at the detail.
This is cool.
Look at that carving.
This is a cool carving. This is what I expect the winners to look like. This is awesome. So cool.
Amazing.
Crazy. I like the individual threads of hair on the beard.
Yeah, and if you look closely at the bottom, they're actually braided, Steven.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so great
that's
job,
cool.
Jojo. This was awesome. I liked
Something
seeing
tells
a
me
carving.
this isn't JoJo's first sculpting.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
next.
super cool. Is that supposed to be bacon?
I think it's a dunier.
Oh, it's a dunier. Okay.
A dunier dwarf.
Yeah.
Our next one is our gorgeous one, and we'll start with our digital version. And this is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It's like a phoenix kind of looking down at this pumpkin. And inside you can see our two fire like mages kind of casting something, do some kind of ritual in there. And I think there's one of the fire fox of the pyre up in the top, kind of keeping watch. This is the story that I've built for myself. I don't know if that's actually the story.
Okay, it's all right. It's digital art, like pretty cool, but overall, like 4 out of 10. I mean, come on, we have so many digital artists out there. They gotta come up with something better than this.
I like the work on the Phoenix.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
And then our physical digital one, and that's by Crixie. Congratulations, Crixie. Is this one.
Dang.
Woo! This is the physical one from
Dang.
Jason, and wow.
Yeah, see, like the pumpkins are really good this year. Okay, this is way better than what they were last year. Last year I was upset because I felt like I brought good quality, but man, these are really, really good.
How do you even do the details like that?
I don't know, but and you have to get it thin enough where when you put a light inside the pumpkin that it goes through. Because as you saw, Ryan Richmond's pumpkin had an issue with that because like he didn't make it thin enough. Remember? So we put like 100 lights in that thing.
Ryan Richmond out on stream?
Well, because we put like
as
100.
we saw with the failure of Ryan Richmond's pumpkin.
Look, he's an amazing concept artist, and
This is pretty cool.
He made our lovely mushroom booty boy. But the problem was it didn't glow through the pumpkin.
Ryan, stick to Photoshop, buddy.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Ryan, you're amazing. No, it was amazing. It just wasn't thin enough so the light couldn't come through it. Like, you can go look at it. It was gorgeous.
That was so funny. Ryan, I didn't say it. Margaret said it. I thought it was great.
Okay, just so we are clear, this is impressive, but it's not that hard, okay? I feel like I'm pretty decent at carving pumpkins. What this is he just silhouetted the image, right? Didn't even cut all the way through the pumpkin. And he just took off the rind, the first layer. He didn't do any 3D shaping like the previous pumpkin with the dwarf face. Nope, this is just a silhouette, carved out the orange rind, and then you go from the inside and you just scoop until it gets thin enough. Now that's the tricky part. It's because you don't want to break through. But you just hollow out the inside of the rind. Am I saying that right? Rind? Yeah, it's got to be a pumpkin rind. The pumpkin shell? No, the pumpkin rind. You just hollow out the inside of the pumpkin rind until you start getting light through. So it's like good, but you easily could have just like printed out a picture, made a silhouette, and traced this out, and then done the process. So maybe I'll do that next year.
I thought you did a really good job.
I thought you did
Margaret
it is good.
Did not like
it's detailed.
No, I think he did an amazing job. I said he did an amazing job. He did a 100% amazing. Stop. He did an amazing job. It just needed to be thinner so we could get the lights to show through. All right, cool. Steven, stop. All right, our next one is our grotesque pumpkins.
Okay.
Oh wait, did I say the name? Yeah, I did say the name.
Grotesque.
Our grotesque prize winner for digital is the Crow. And speaking of our mushroom booty guy, he's back there. I think he's gonna eat this pumpkin. The pumpkin is nomming on some mushrooms, and the mushrooms are coming too.
The fact that she can't even tell what the story is behind this pumpkin. Is the mushroom eating the pumpkin? Is the pumpkin eating the mushroom? Like, that's the same way I feel. I feel like this is all right. I feel like this is better than the last one we looked at. Give it, again, like 6. Okay, not again, but like 6 out of 10. Okay? I'm not like super blown away with this, but there is more detail. Doesn't have like the most amazing story, but I can see that there was some work put into this one.
Attack this pumpkin.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like the decrepit kind of almost undead gray on the mushroom.
Yeah.
His face is just like.
See, Steven, what about my gray version of
eyes.
the my gray and black version of the mushroom guy? We should share that someday.
Yeah.
He was against it.
I I was a little again. There was not any color in it,
But
even
that
in the
was the
cap.
point. It was like a gray and
I
white like
know.
monochrome
I
theme.
think that that looks good, like on concept, but when you get into the game and it's just this gray thing,
Yeah, I can understand that for sure.
yeah,
It
yeah.
looks cool the way it is now too.
All
I
right.
think
Oh,
both
agreed.
versions are sick.
Totally.
We'll have to show the other one sometime. All
Yes.
right. Our physical grotesque one is this
Ooh.
one, which is super creative. This is by
Yeah.
Flaunt and definitely flaunting some skills here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're thinking outside the
Is that
box.
Play-Doh or an actual pumpkin?
It's like they took pumpkin pieces and like built it into the bird creatures. What are they called?
How did they get this not to break? This has got to have like 1,000 toothpicks in it, right? Or maybe that's what this like black fabric is behind it, is because all these are actually connected into something behind it. Anyway, I like this one. It's thinking outside the box, using pumpkin carving to the extreme. I give this like
A weird name.
the pumpkin carving ones are really just taking it to the next level. So yeah, I would say, you know what, I would give this one a solid 8.5. This is one of the best ones. It's creative, outside of the box. I like it.
I mean, that's just really a lot of talent. That's like, architectural, artistic, like, some degree of gourd expertise in understanding that it's not going to fall apart with the rib cage is just well done. all
Yeah,
around.
it's very good. And the lighting is
Surely the head is
primo.
not pumpkin.
I think it is.
That's
think
crazy.
The whole thing is pumpkin. But Toast can let me know.
It's like a Dracolich, a pumpkin Dracolich.
I
Pumpkin
think
Dracolich.
we have those bird creatures in our game. I can't remember the name of them right now.
I see.
Yeah. God, why can't I remember
yes.
the name? I haven't
You're
seen them in a while.
talking about shoot.
We've shown them like a long time ago.
Yes, somebody knows in chat.
Yeah.
What are the birds? The birds in Alpha 1. The little, those one birds.
People are saying terror birds? I don't
No,
think
not
they're
the terror
birds.
bird.
I don't think
we
so.
know what terror birds are. I went into a very lengthy explanation on terror birds.
All right. Well,
Sladeborn. Thank you, Lex. Sladeborn.
Sladeborn. There we go. Because I was like, I know the name, but I can't remember.
I'm sorry.
Sladeborn.
My mind is mush. I would normally recall that, but
Yeah, we've had a busy month. Next up, we're going to go into our breaking ones, and then we'll go into our sweepstakes winners. So groundbreaking, the cockiest king won the first one for the digital version, and this is pretty sick. They have kind of the raven in the background with the eyes.
What do you mean the raven in the background? It's a freaking chicken. It's a raven with a cock-a-doodle-doo on the top of its head. And this is a raven turtle? Maybe that's the point. Maybe they're mixing ravens with all sorts of animals. I don't really understand the pumpkin art. I rate this part of the picture 3 out of 10. Kinda see a phoenix in here. Don't get the rest of it. The back is the most impressive part, but I feel like that defeats the whole point of giving them a picture of a pumpkin. So overall, don't like this one. 4 out of 10.
And
Again, the digital art. I thought you would think the digital art would be just way better than the actual physical carving of the pumpkins. But no, it's really dropping the
our
ball.
turtle friend. A lot
Very
going on in this
cool.
one. And then there's
It's
like a
the
little bowl
cockiest
of
one.
gross stuff in the front.
I think it's a play on the crow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super cool.
very cool.
Do
And
they-
then the next one for the physical version is Friendly Neighbor. And this is another
Whoa.
creation, which just, again,
What am I
Wow.
looking at?
wow.
That is crazy.
It's it's like a dinosaur hanging in a museum, where you go to like those big aquariums and you see like the whale skeleton like above you hanging from the ceiling as you're walking in. It's like that, but with pumpkins in the shape of a dragon. Okay. Thinking out of the box, 10 out of 10. Execution, I'd say 10 out of 10. Actual art concept and like making it look cool, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. Green lights, the blue, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like the best part about it is that it's hanging and there's a bunch of pumpkins together. But the actual like sculpting of it, yeah.
So this is the
How big is
Draco
that?
one.
Am I being too harsh, guys? Adolfo, Noah, sleeping. Am I being too harsh here? Or am I just bitter? Or am I right? Am I right in thinking this?
Thing. I think it looks huge.
I'm not sure, but it does look pretty big.
It's small. It's pretty small. Look, this is the same card. Here, watch. Here. We're gonna go all the way back.
Yeah, we've had a.
This is the same card that they're using for all of them.
I haven't seen this.
Yes.
All right. So it is.
Don't
Yeah,
worry,
this-
guys. I have a point I'm trying to
All
make
right,
here. So, like, look, this is a regular pumpkin. It doesn't look too big to me. But look, they got the same card right here. So when they're asking, hey, is this big? No, it's not big. This is small. Like, these are tiny little pumpkins. Look, this is the size of a little pumpkin for its head. So it's not like this big sculpture. But again, it's pretty cool. It's thinking outside the
Their
box.
creation, but it does look pretty big.
All right.
And
That's pretty
then,
cool though.
so friendly neighbors. So that's all of our digital and physical winners. Our sweepstakes winners are Corey C, Colin S, Dave B, David N, Sasha S, Graham J, Jersey P, Paul O, Amanda D, and Jane L. And all of the winners have been contacted. So if you have been contacted, please make sure that you reply. I believe most of them already have replied. But yes.
All right.
Well
taking-
done, everybody. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Very,
Good job,
very-
guys.
I mean, just amazing talent. Very cool. I didn't know you could do so much with a pumpkin.
Okay, so we don't have any more pumpkins to look at. Overall, same impressions as last year. The pumpkin carvings were like decent. The rest lackluster. Above, it's kind of like average. The thing is when I scroll through the Ashes of Creation forum and I look at all these submissions, there's a lot of crappy ones in there, okay? Don't get me wrong. But I feel like there are some that are executed design-wise, story-wise, way better. But the ones that get in because they have some sort of like inside information where they're like playing on these inside jokes that Ashes has that I feel like the rest of us don't have. I feel like the average person watching this wouldn't know about these, like, including myself. I make Ashes of Creation videos, and I had no idea that we had two little mascots called Fiend and then the other one Nyx. Am I even saying that right? So I feel like that digital art was stupid, but because it played on some inside jokes, it got voted. I don't know. Maybe I just don't quite understand. Maybe I'm better from last year because I didn't win with my submission. But yeah,
Pumpkin.
we'll move on.
Yeah, people killed it. Every year we're always like amazed by all of the amazing stuff that everybody does. So we really appreciate all of the goodness, and hopefully you'll appreciate all of the rewards, and we'll definitely see.
Like, look at this fan art. Okay, so someone made this fan art for Ashes of Creation. Why don't we have this level of stuff submitted into these competitions where there's like hundreds of dollars at stake, the alpha key?
See you all in our Alpha 2 because you're getting access to it. Yeah. What are your thoughts around character and gear inspect in advance when things are swapping over?
Real quick, we're skipping through here. I've watched so many of these I kind of know what's important, but yeah, wasn't a huge fan of this cosmetic pack. The only thing cool about all of this is this guy, the mount. It's like this big rock gorilla mount, and this looks pretty cool. The armor's like, yeah, okay, like it's got some glowing yellow in it. If it was like gold, maybe I think I'd like it a little bit more, but they always have like a color theme. rarely is it like what does a gargoyle, a lighthouse, and a suit of armor have in common? Literally nothing. They don't have anything in common except for the fact that they're all yellow. So I wasn't really happy with this. Like, none of these go together. But because it's yellow, they all of a sudden go together. So I wasn't super happy with this
So
cosmetic
there
pack.
are no surprises. Last month, we asked you, what are your thoughts around character and gear inspection, particularly as it relates to settings and options? Should you have the option to allow or disallow others from inspecting your character? Why or why not? And we really appreciate all of the feedback that you all sent for our dev discussion. And of course, in November, we will have another one that will be coming up here. And that one is going to be on user interface.
That brings up a really good question. Do you think people should be able to inspect your character? Or do you think you should have the ability to block the inspection of your gear from other people? I think you should, of course, be able to inspect other people. That's part of the fun of MMOs, is you walk around, you look at other people's gear, and if someone has that blocked off, that just ruins half the fun. Like, the only reason someone would want to block their gear is if they bought it all from the store, and they just don't want to get targeted with hate or something. And that's how to deal with hate and stuff. That's another topic, but should you allow people to hide or show their gear? I think it needs to be open. I think that's part of the community, part of the status ranking. Wow, he has that really cool sword. What's the name of the sword? You go in and inspect him and you're like, oh, it's the Sun Fury Blade of Righteousness. Like, that's the best part of MMOs. And then you go Google the sword, see how to get it. So if they take that out, then there's no benefits to blocking that. I can't really see any benefits.
So if that's something that you're super passionate about, which I feel like all of us should be, because it's something that we deal with, we're interacting with all the time, please get your feedback into us when we post that up. And then, of course, we have our guild gathering ones. We asked you, what administrative functions do you wish other games had in their guild management system? Anything that you always feel like you're missing as a guild leader or officer? And you all had some amazing suggestions. I think our design team had quite a few extra ones as well that they felt were necessary as well. So it's cool to see that, we have all of the ones that you guys want, as well as some extra ones internally. And next month, we will be doing another one, and this is going to be on guild versus guild politics. So this will be a juicy, juicy one to be part of. So please send us your feedback so that we can make sure that we're implementing designs that you all like.
Okay.
And of course, last but not least, our content creator program is still open for applications. We have not sent invitations yet, but applications are out there. So go forward until we close the application process. Beyond that, I think we're ready for our studio update. If you want to take us onto that. Like I said,
absolutely,
a lot of reminders for this month and announcements.
All right, it's 11:25. We're ready to start. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, we had announced all the winners, so
I know. Yes, not too much really on the studio update front this month. We've been plugging along, obviously, in our completing our retrospectives, completing our review process. We have gone through kind of research and iteration phase, and now are moving on to implementation of some of the core features for Alpha 2.
Okay.
Things have been going pretty good here at the studio. We've finally got all of our furniture in. A vast majority of us are back now in the studio. We're just waiting on some ancillary, artistic touches to the studio. Hiring's been going great. The whole having a bunch of people really applying to the studio, excited about the project, and wanting to somebody just walked by and put a weird monster head across the door window. So there's like peeking in the office. I'm sorry. Okay.
I think this is gonna be a long stream, guys. Buckle in.
Hiring's been going great. We've had a lot of great talent applied to the studio naturally, organically, just in their awareness of the project. You guys as a community helping on that front has been extraordinary. We really appreciate it. We have now some additional internal recruiters that have started. Stacy, Cameron, they're getting hard to work here in helping fill some some additional positions, and we have the space now to grow in the new studio. So we're very excited about that.
That's nice.
Things have been going really good on the design and engineering front. A lot of tech debt that was part of the Alpha 1 milestone that has been pretty much shored up now. And they have been able to move on to some pretty exciting feature development. So that's been exciting to watch. We'll have some updates for you in this stream. But otherwise, things are going really good at the studio. So very excited for this next chapter. Very excited for this next milestone. Alpha 2, I think, is going to be a real game changer. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for
doing
Alpha
lots
2.
of stuff to keep everyone happy outside of work as well, because we have a lot of people who have moved here. So just having fun and making games. Next up, we have our design and engineering update. And would you like to start with the video?
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, we can start with a video. I know you guys have been patient, kind of going along so far. Just want to give you a real quick precursor to the video. One, as we've said last month in the development live stream, that post Alpha 1, there's going to be an interim period where a lot of things are getting torn apart in the build, in the engine, and is being iterated upon. New features are being developed, and in that regard, it's going to be a little while before we actually show you some new in-game mechanics and new areas where they need to get into a good state. They need to be presentable. So we want to make sure we're cognizant of that. But in the interim, we always have things moving forward on the art side, being able to show you guys some of the animal husbandry system and how kind of variants occur on a per animal basis. You're going to see that in this video a little bit. You're going to see a new mount in this video. So just wanted to, keep the pace of monthly giving you an in-game look at some of these things as they come online. You'll be getting more into the mechanical and systems aspect of things in future months. But for now, this is just a short, sweet video in-game just to show you some mount variants in the animal husbandry system. And
let's look at this mount.
All right, we'll see you all in about 8 minutes.
Welcome.
Sorry, guys. I got to make sure. Yeah, we're not even at full quality here.
Ashes
there we go.
of Creation community to another stream on the development of Ashes of Creation. Happy to have you guys with us today. A very spooky Friday. Hope you guys are planning to have a fun weekend and enjoying Halloween for those of you who celebrate. Just wanted to take a moment to jump in game and give you guys an update on some progress. So, as we've said over the last couple of live streams, exiting out of Alpha 1, there's going to be a significant period of downtime. We're not going to be showing a lot of stuff in their broken states and kind of reiterating on a lot of these systems, as well as, implementing additional features for Alpha 2. That work is moving ahead. Teams are doing a great job in that front. But there are some things I can't show you. And when I can, I would love to jump in game and kind of give you that progress report. So as
the
you can
armor
see
looks
here,
pretty cool.
I am just walking along in the world of Vera. But there are some things on an animal husbandry front that might be of interest to those of you who like that kind of thing. So let me show you some of the things that we've been doing. Now, some of you may be familiar with the Dawnbreaker mount. And just to give you like a little bit of an update, Jinxie's gone ahead and done a second pass on the Dawnbreaker, updated some of the hair, some of the features of the face and whatnot. And I think you will be happy to see some of those updates.
Okay.
So as you can see, the wings have gotten a little bit of a treatment, but more importantly, let me see if I can get by this light a little bit. You can see the hair has been updated as well. The eyes, the beak,
Wow. Guys, look at the detail of the hair and the mount. This mount is looking really, really cool. It doesn't have a cartoony vibe to it like World of Warcraft mounts or literally literally every other MMO kind of has more of a cartoon aesthetic to it. This looks pretty dang realistic. This looks really, really cool.
Let's see if I can get a better position. Hold on. All right, there we go. Oh, it's angry. But, hey, whoa.
It's like a gorilla butterfly owl.
All right, I know you're excited. But as you can see, some of the wings have been updated.
Mm-hmm.
The hair has been updated. The model itself, it's looking much better. Looking very cool. But to demonstrate some of the things that are possible through the animal husbandry system, let me show you some alternative Dawnbreakers.
I really wish he was in a better lit area for this.
Okay. So, you saw that guy. But what about this dude? Oh my gosh. Look at those green wings. Look at the things
that
you
is
can change on these animals.
That is cool.
Looks very cool. I love the green is almost mesmerizing.
Like, I'm not talking about the green wings. I'm talking about the fact that with the animal husbandry system that there's this much customization. I thought the level of customization was going to be like, hey, you get a cool saddle, but it's the same mount, you know? No, I want to show off the new mount details. Goes into dungeon. Yeah, goes into a dark hole where you can't see him very well. No, I think he had to go in here because the outside world is in not a very good condition to show, but how cool is this system? This basically ensures that there's not going to be reskins. Like, how annoying is it in World of Warcraft when you have a Drake and then it's reskinned 13 times? Like, they can't have reskins because it's basically built in just to one mount. With the animal husbandry, you can have many variations of that one mount, and you still have to achieve that one mount, but with the profession, you can like upgrade it and modify it, and mounts have abilities, right, and perks associated with them. This is so cool.
This guy looks pretty cool. All right, let me show you another one. Another little variant.
Yeah, let's see another.
Wait for it.
Wow.
Ooh. And it's not just the wings that can change, as you'll see in the next one.
Not just the wings, okay.
But the skin color, the fur. Let's take a look at this guy.
Wow.
Wait, here's something.
How cool would these be for like transmog competitions and stuff? You can really customize your mount to fit your style of your character. That's really, really... It's just so cool.
Look at this guy.
Alright, purple.
This guy's like a dark moth one. And you can see he's got
Ooh.
variant eye color, variant fur colors.
I can't really see
Pattern and
because it's so
colors,
dark.
And the emissive on the wings have changed. And these are
Yeah.
just a few.
Fly up there.
options
Fly up there in the
through
light.
Husbandry system that are capable. Let's see. Hold on.
What's the new fur color? It just looks black to me.
Let me show you.
Oh, that's because it is black.
Show you another one.
Got it.
Actually, this guy's not a variant. This is a mount that you might have seen a while ago. The plumed halberdier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this guy is
So-
so pretty.
It's so cool.
I love the axe.
Yeah.
The
It's such a
halberd
cool
that's
mount.
on his beak. Oh, he looks so cool. Yeah, this guy's awesome. Hold on. See if I can get a little running. So we're gonna have him sprint a bit. Oh no! Flame-scarred Corrupta.
Cool.
We'll just kill him. Alright, yeah, go back. Go back from whence you came, fiend. Well, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at some of the cool updates and progress on the animal husbandry front, and taking a look at also some of the mounts that came out. Yet again, I want to remind you that, you know, as we're kind of moving towards Alpha 2 here, and tearing apart systems and working on new features, you will get more updates in future live streams. But in the meantime, hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at some of these cool advancements on the art side. Stuff's coming together and looking good. See you guys.
Yeah, there's two. So he's wrapping up the video here. How cool is this, guys? So there's two professions that I'm really interested in. Okay, I kind of do gathering on the fly, but I'm not really into the gathering professions. Refining professions don't really interest me. I'm more about the high level end product professions, specifically blacksmithing, like making weapons. I don't know if like armor smithing is going to be different than weaponsmithing in this game, but I love the idea of making some of the best weapons in the game and being able to craft that. But that's not my, like, this profession, the animal husbandry profession, is the one profession that I'm looking most forward to. How cool is it that you can take animals, raise them, because they're going to have different life stages, and then also breed them to accommodate different colors, different abilities. Like, we were talking about the gliding mount, for example. You can, or gliding mounts, for example, or this mount, I think they mentioned before that it would be able to charge into battle and do damage. Like, these abilities can be modified depending on the animal husbandry profession, not only cosmetically, but also their abilities. And mounts can be upgraded and leveled up too. So the animal husbandry system seems like one of the systems that I'm most interested in. It was really cool to see this video and get an update. And just the level of detail and uniqueness all the mounts have. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments if this is something interesting to you, if you think this profession is going to be really cool, or if it's going to be boring and the other professions are going to be more interesting.
Back on stream, and have a happy Halloween. Bye.
Happy Halloween, guys. That was pretty cool.
So, did you have fun showing off all the goodness?
Absolutely. Oh no, I was listening. Okay, there we go. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, the cool thing about watching us progress, especially on the art front, is that you get to see as passes occur, the graphics, you know, gets improved, the models themselves get improved, they become more performant. Like I said, the real systems heavy, mechanics heavy stuff you're not going to be seeing for probably at least a couple more months. That includes like combat, it includes systems.
I have a list if you'd like me to read through that.
Oh
too.
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
engineering sent over a list of things. Obviously, they're working on the initiatives through this December as well, with a bunch of goodness. But they're supporting environment for world building needs, and I'll be talking a little bit about that in the environment section. They're optimizing blueprint scripts to code, and I know design is helping assist with a lot of that too, just making everything a little bit more performance related, and cleaning things up, code system cleanup, cleaning out deprecated codes and systems, player character animation system revamp, which you probably won't see for a few months. Another one of those things that Stephen had mentioned. I think a few of these are like that. The new advanced AI system that they're working on, and upscaling game network capabilities for players and NPC capacities, as well as new combat and ability systems applied to NPCs, and then also improve player NPC movement performance and smoothness.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of initiatives right now underway. And it takes time, obviously, for us after Alpha 1 for us to go through and implement those features, those updates, that kind of tech debt work that's necessary, right? So just be patient with us over the next couple of months, right? You're going to have a little bit of a lull in systems heavy or mechanics heavy kind of previews,
Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
all of that stuff is getting actively worked on at the moment for Alpha
Just
2.
keep showing me new mounts,
So that's
and I'll be
a
happy.
pretty important thing. But what we can show you is fun stuff, the artistic stuff, right? The passes that are being done, the new models that are being created, the world coming to life, essentially, right? And that's always a fun thing to see.
And we
From
could
a
show
design,
some things. Like I think
oh
last
yeah,
month we showed off some of the performance stuff that our team is working on, as well as the node
for
system.
sure.
What do you call it? Like simulation. So we can definitely show some of
Yeah,
that stuff, and we will. The pieces that we're comfortable with sharing, we definitely will. Some of it has to be
absolutely.
a little secret, so no one steals our stuff. But yeah.
Oh dear. Yes. So great thing though on the design front is, and actually just to talk a little bit about the video that you saw, right? Those variations that were present with the Dawnbreaker, right? Those are examples of how animal husbandry surfaces kind of subtle changes from subtle to extreme, right? Those were more subtle, right? Those are wing variations. Those were
Those
fur
were subtle?
variations, color variations, eye color variations, all of that kind of stuff, gets represented as part of the animal husbandry system. And it's cool to see what's available for players to experiment with, to discover, to essentially engage on the animal husbandry front. But I think that's really something that's cool because it gives a uniqueness, a character, essentially to the profession itself, right? Yielding something unique to the actual player.
Okay.
That's always a fun thing to see. Now, you did see that it was a flying mount, and of course, always I need to say, flying mounts are restricted to essentially high titles. Those
The new Nakua mount they showed off today looks awesome. Which one's the new Nakua mount? Are you talking about the butterfly one? Or have I not seen it yet?
are mayors of metropolises and kings and queens of castles. But the winged mounts, for those who are not of royal nature, they do have gliding capabilities, and those gliding capabilities can be developed, so you can glide further. But the other thing that's cool, and really what design has been focusing now, and a little bit we spoke about last month, and I'm not sure, are there any other pieces that we want to show from design visually?
No,
Or
I'll be moving
okay,
on to
cool.
the environment art next.
Cool, very cool. So just real quick on
It's
the
on their
design front,
Instagram.
it's been a really great process over this last month and a half, essentially, where we've kind of gone through obviously the player feedback. We talked about that last month. We've gone through, kind of identifying the changes that we want to make based off of the experiences in Alpha 1. Even though that was a very core technical stand-up, there was still a lot of great information that was received on the design front for the intents of future Alpha 2 system.
Ah, cool. So this is the new Nakua mount that they released. It's kind of like it's like a whale lizard. That is pretty cool. It looks just sweet, right? Like, I've always been a fan of mounts. I played some MMORPGs, but World of Warcraft's the one I have the most experience in, so I'm gonna keep referencing it. The World of Warcraft mounts are pretty good. They have some really unique features. Some of them have a lot of detail, a lot of personality. Animation's really good. But the level of uniqueness that I'm seeing in these mounts have far outweighed any other mounts that I've previously seen in any other game. There's just a level of detail, and they're completely unique. It's not just like a lizard with a saddle. It's like some weird looking lizard with ropes and horns coming out of his face. It really is like a different world. It really is high fantasy. That's what it is. And so yeah, I don't know. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I do like that mount.
And mechanics. So working very closely with the design team on that front. I think I don't know how many hours of the day in the last month and
Long
a half.
discussions.
That was, yes, many hours. Oh,
Verbal battling.
very, a lot of passion. Love the
Yeah.
passion. It's a lot of fun too, because you're surrounded by other MMORPG players and developers and lovers of this genre, and we all have an eclectic past and different games that we participated in, things that we loved about those games. So
Things that we
that
learned,
is,
things that we think
yeah,
people, we need to fix or solve, and things that we think
absolutely.
people did well that we'd like to make sure that we're, incorporating. I think there's a
Yeah.
wide balance of that. And to touch on the front that Stephen mentioned, in regards to some of this stuff, we won't be showing for a few, like a little bit of time. That also ties in with our creative director's letter too. I know there's some discussion about this in the community, but we will probably be having one of those in December with some more information potentially.
Yep.
And also that will include a video and some infographics from our Alpha 1 as well. So we just want to make sure that we have kind of a solid, I wouldn't say roadmap, but a little bit more of, a solid piece of information
Content.
that we can give you
Yeah.
all about the next quarter and what that looks like for us. And then obviously we'll continue doing those quarterly past that point. But right now we're, like Steven said, a lot of it is kind of tech debt, looking at the stuff that we have, redesigning some things that we think need changing based on everyone's feedback. But we're really taking everything to heart. So thank you all so much for coming into our Alpha 1. For those of you who weren't able to join, but like watched a lot of content, left a lot of feedback, we even went and looked at feedback from videos that our like content creators created, and we reread through those pieces. So we really did a thorough dive into all of the things that you guys were saying, good and bad, and we want to make sure that we're just making a really great game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Moving on. We've got a lot to get through in 15 minutes. I don't think we're going to make it. So first and foremost, we'll switch over to our environment goodies.
I always love these ones too.
We'll start with some props. I'm going to show these, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about what the environment team has been up to. These are concepts of the Imperium props, but the environment teams themselves have been finishing building remaining props assets for Empyrean, Kalar, and Dunia races, and you've been seeing a lot of those as we've been showcasing them. And then also there will be some that I'll be showing today as well. They're doing node R&D for node levels. This basically showing, from a town all the way to a metropolis, what that looks like, how much space that takes up, what each of the races kind of look like, where buildings are placed, where paths are placed, that kind of thing. And trying to make sure those feel, unique and different every single time they're built. It's a lot of tech that goes into that. They're also building out the Vera map. You guys have seen the map. Obviously, there may be some changes that come along the way, but they're finishing planning their paths for the remaining biomes that they have left, as well as the world details in regards to those pieces. Maybe there's some different types of, plants they need for each of those biomes, etc. that need to be created out. So they're kind of making the plans for all of those things. Obviously, prop content started for the Valoon and Renkai. You haven't really seen a lot of those yet, but those are coming in, and you'll be seeing those coming in, in the future, as well as building out camp through village stage modular building sets for Valoon and Renkai as well. So I think we've shown in the past a lot of Pyrian, Kalar, Dunia stuff, and you'll be seeing some of the new races coming forward as well. They're doing some
so
dynamic.
cool.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, one of the big things, obviously, in this heavy production work of creating all of these props and these assets that essentially fill the world is, I think as you guys have seen, our attention to detail, our desire to create a very immersive environment is strong with this team. And all of this diversity, this work that's done on the prop front, on the asset front, helps to convey that when you're in game. And over the years in development, you guys have seen, if you've been following, significant strides in visual
detail,
visual fidelity, essentially, right? And having that diverse ecosphere of these types of prop works for environments like villages and the node advancement I think really sets the stage for a fun and immersive atmosphere for players. So it's great. It's great to
Right.
see our artists, doing such a great job in detailing, what these props, contain. Because oftentimes in many games we've
Ooh.
probably played together, there's not too much detail that's catered to such, minute aspects. But when they're all, you know, placed together to create that environment, that detail really comes to life and makes the
Yeah.
game much more enjoyable, in my opinion.
These sigils are looking really, really cool. I love the detail. You know how in World of Warcraft, when you create a guild, you can set up a cloak and like a flag or an emblem? It'd be really cool if there was some sort of
Great.
creation
And
process
speaking of
like that.
detail, I've been showing you the concepts and then the environment props. I think I did environment props and then concepts. Sorry,
The
I
Valen, wow.
misspoke. These
These
are
look
actually the
cool.
iconography for the different races. These are not final. Again, these are work in progress, but these are some things that they're running through their mind. But you can really see the differences in the cultures and the way that they do things and the type of like iconography for each of them, which is really cool. Especially
Right.
when it comes
And
to
there's,
flags and banners.
yeah, I mean, one of the big components of these cultures, there's a very rich history, and those histories are represented obviously in this this
So
you
cool.
know graphics work on sigils. There's a lot of influences that are specific to those cultures. And you may not see any one obviously of these. You might see a whole collection of these depending on what aspect of that culture you're looking at, right? Whether it be the
Yeah.
military side or the economic side, the advanced scientific sides. Like, they all represent where these cultures have come from, and it's important to make sure we're on the ball with that and
You
represent those.
You really want to unlock the lore for the extra
Extra
life
life.
stuff. Yeah, it's
I
good. And
know.
it's gonna look cool too. Like the way that we're gonna be like visually and audibly sharing that information is gonna be neat. So I hope you all tune in and I
So
hope you all
cool.
like it.
I'm
But
excited.
of course, if you missed the stream, we'll be sharing those things on our YouTube channel as well. Beyond those things, we are also working on dynamic dungeon system planning. A lot of dungeon stuff is being worked on in regards to that. And incorporating all the things from design side.
Yeah,
Hmm.
on the dungeon front, sat in with a few meetings with Jeremy and with the environment team, Brian Gans and Michael Bacon, just chatting about kind of what we've already expressed to you guys in the past on these design fronts is, these dungeons are going to be ever changing. There's going to be elements of them that reflect kind of the advancement of the node
Mhm.
structure throughout the world, and in that sense, the spawn populations might change. Corridors might become open from time to time that are unique. New traps might be placed in random locations or procedurally. Just something that keeps this content, which typically in MMORPGs is very repetitive. Like, you have a grind spot, you go to that grind spot, and you're just constantly there, day after day or whatever. Something to shake that up, to make that more interesting, to make it fresh, right? That is the objective of the dungeon team, is to identify technologies and develop those technologies in-house that can create a more eclectic atmosphere in these dungeon areas.
Yeah.
So cool.
Beyond the dungeon system stuff, they're also working on building construction and destruction pipelines for buildings. I think we'll be showing some videos of those in the upcoming months. I know they were working on some of it, but they weren't quite ready for Kyle to make some video of it. But we'll definitely show some of like the buildings being constructed and then deconstructed and what that looks like. I know there's been a curiosity in that, and we've shown some of it in the past, and some of you experienced it in Alpha 1. But it's only going to get better. That's like early stages of it, so it's even going to be more insane as we move forward. And of course, they're working on world lighting improvements. And this last one, I actually have a video about, which is weather
Ooh.
and system and season systems. They're doing a lot of research and development on this and building out the pipelines for it.
Is this the
And
turtle?
yes,
Okay,
do you want to talk a little about
yeah,
it?
let's
Yeah,
preface that
go.
just real quick. So
I'm
again,
excited.
reiterating the comments I made about the subtleties and immersion aspects of the game are important, not just from a prop and environment standpoint, but also from a creature standpoint. And many times your environment in game changes based on where you're located, right? They might be weather, might be time of day, might be seasonal. Like those components should be demonstrated in some graphical visual way to the player, and not just from an environmental, perspective, but also to the things you own, right? So mounts being one of those things that you own will interact with the seasons and the time of day.
No
And they'll
way.
do so on an
No
effects
way.
front. They'll do so on a complementary colors and flowers that might be available. So what you're going to see here in a
No
moment
way.
is a demonstration of how one particular mount, I can't remember the name of this one. I know it's a turtle, but what is it called?
This is the terrapin.
Terrapin.
Yeah.
So the terrapin tortoise. The terrapin tortoise, as you'll see in just a moment,
This is just an example. This is not
it's
that.
just
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's just an example. Has a little tree that sticks out of its shell.
Yeah.
And around that tree are some effects that's intended. And on that tree are some blossoms and blooms that are intended. And you'll see how they interact with the seasonal and time of day changes.
No way.
All right,
No
I'll play
way.
the video.
It's a turtle. No way, man. It's changing with the seasons. Wow. That is crazy. The music. Okay, what MMO? Let's go back just a little bit here. What MMORPG does seasons really well? Where the seasons isn't just, I don't know, the trees in the ground change, like not very many MMOs are going to do what Ashes is going to do, where seasons affect everything. Let alone, what MMOs have mounts that change to their environment? The only one that I can think of in World of Warcraft is the Chameleon mount, which is a store-bought mount. It's not even achievable in the game. But he's saying that the level of detail to mounts are going to be to the point where they interact with the environment. That's just really cool to me. Just that one fact makes mount collecting and my desire to explore this game and to get all the mounts so much greater. It's just such a cool concept that no one has really taken advantage of, and it just blows my mind that we've had to wait so long for at least a really good idea like this to come along. And this isn't just some empty promise. They're actually showing us game footage of it in being utilized. I don't know. It's just so cool. It makes me just so happy. It just makes me so happy. I don't know. I love it. Yeah. The level of detail, everything's coming together. Every time they do a pass on a mount, it gets better and better and better. And I'm really excited to see how the seasons affect raiding, affect the world PvP, affect the towns that you create, affect the mobs that you're fighting, the mob density. What if there's some mobs that when it snows, they just go dormant and you can't get them for a whole... What are the seasons? I believe each season is 1 week. So in a month, each season is 1 week, right? Am I wrong in that? is it 1 month or 1 week? I believe it's 1 week. So in a month, you get a full year of seasons. So every week that you log into, you're going to have new content to do. And the world's going to change around you. And your mount's going to look different. And it gives you so much to look forward to in playing. Yeah. Needless to say, I'm pretty excited. Noah says, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see the extent of seasons that seasons have. Yes, it's 1 week. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be cool to see. So I'm really into transmog, right? Like, I really want my character to look cool. And I really want a really cool mount. And so it'll be interesting to see how not only we can adjust mounts and their appearance, but how also the appearance that we have in the world changes with the seasons. It's such a cool idea. Like, think about all the role playing that can. Yeah. It's pretty dang cool.
Of character.
And that's not it. We have more stuff for you. The environment team has also been working on some prop tech, which I will show you a video of right now. So, for instance, like this allows them to kind of use like an object, but
I was gonna see if this was Blender, but I don't recognize any of this, so I don't think it's Blender.
Textures on it to make it kind of look like a different object. Kind of grouping objects together really easily, changing what they look like dynamically, a lot of interesting stuff like that. That's going to help us with nodes a lot. And I think I have another video here that assists with that as well, which is kind of like a clutter thing.
A clutter thing? Nice.
Well, yeah. So it's basically, I don't know how to explain it. It's basically like how objects are laid on a table. It like auto populates it to look differently.
I see.
I call it clutter, or they call it clutter. So I don't know.
In editor, you have these little props that sometimes sit on top of other props. And Margaret gave the example of like potions or food
or bread,
cups or whatever, right? And this is just a quick way for designers to utilize what assets the environment team is providing them and randomly shuffle these assets on top of another prop, essentially, so that there's a greater diversity, attention to detail on these.
That's so
cool.
The
size of objects, it's crazy. Like
imagine like taking the little detail work out of it, and you can just hit randomize a whole bunch. Like, that'll make content creation so much easier and faster to expand the game in the future. I think this is really cool.
It's pretty amazing. You could pull a crate, and then all of a sudden it's just like, here's a group of them. Here's a different formation of them. Here's the type.
And the fact that every time you build the node, it's going to look different. That's really cool.
The race, and then this stuff is really neat. Just being able to place the objects. I was telling them how I would love this tech on a user side too, for when we're placing objects in our freehold. And they looked at Bacon was like, "Not yet, Margaret.
Calm down, Margaret."
Yeah. I'm like, but
it's different. It's a little different to do in runtime.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it's entirely possible, right? But this is really just intended for the
I'm
designers.
a huge Sims player, so this stuff excites me. But yeah, so that is environment stuff. And then we'll move on to character. We are going a little long. We'll try to get through this quickly. So next up.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh, another video.
No, this is the tortoise video. It was playing. So next up, we've got quite a few things. We'll be showing off some stuff here. And this is obviously the Fellbark Berserker.
Yeah, this is the completed armor set. This was, I believe, Eli that worked on this. Great job, Eli Hurst. Did an awesome job, especially, just looking at this bark material.
Yeah,
very cool.
When I was designing this, I was like, I really want like bark armor, like living tree armor. I think, you hear about it in a lot of like fantasy games and stuff, but you don't get to like see it. And I think it looks so sick.
Yeah. In Pathfinder, they have it. It's called, Oh my gosh, I can't remember. It's like living wood or something.
Oh yeah,
Shoot.
I think it's called Living Wood. I think you're
It
right.
is, yeah, living wood, I
Yeah.
think. And that's what druids will wear because they can't have metal armors.
And this is the Pal Ward of the Custodian. The cosmetic version is going to be
Hmm.
more platinum.
How do we feel about this armor set? I feel like I like some parts of it. I really like the belt. I like the belt and the pants. Not a huge fan of the boots. The chest, nah, I'm kind of indifferent about. The shoulders, I'm kind of indifferent about. The helmet could be really cool with other sets. I don't know if I necessarily love this part of the armor set. The axe is cool. Yeah, the axe. I don't know if it's because the axe part, the cutty boy at the end is so big and the handle's so small, but it looks a little imbalanced. Yeah, I don't know. Those are my thoughts right here. No, it says can't wait to see the mount from this. Oh, for the set? Yeah, I remember the mounts are always the best parts of the sets for sure.
I think this kind of has a little bit too much gold in it. Obviously, none of these are like final, but yeah. And they even made the
this looks
weapons.
great.
They look sick.
Was it Danny
It
that
does.
did this one?
It does look really cool. I do love the green sort of teal gemstones. Yeah, the chest plate is like all right. It's mainly the belt and the pants that I really like. The shoulders, I'm 50-50 on. The helmet, I'm 50-50 on. But yeah, like overall, it's unique. So I am really liking that. Melvino, welcome to the stream, man. You could use it like a Bardet. I don't even know how to say that, man. Bardiche? The Bardiche. They can be very short? Okay. Yeah. Maybe you're right. It just looks like this would be so freaking heavy, you know? But maybe that's why it's so short of a... It's kind of like a mace almost, but with a giant axe head. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't have all the names on my assets here. I should probably just put that in my
Yeah,
notes.
we should do that, yeah.
Yeah, in the future I'll put it.
The back of the armor... Yeah, I don't like the chest piece. The chest piece is a no-go for me. Like, what are these little embellishments on the back of the armor?
I think this is Danny. If it's not Danny,
I guess they kind of... Here, let me go back. I think they kind of carry over to the front a little bit with these embellishments here. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan. I love the quality. So the quality of the render and the design is great. Like the amount of pixels, the amount of detail. But I'm just talking about style and aesthetic here. Yeah, the axe. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
I'm not sure. I don't have all the names on my...
I think this is...
The plumed halberdier.
Look at the colors.
It's such a cool mount.
The colors. I love light blue and white together.
Well, that whole set. This actually came with that other set. That whole set was kind of like that blue and like platinum gold vibes with the gemstones and stuff.
This mount is so cool.
It looks great.
This set was really fun to design too. It was kind of different, you know. Very like I know we needed some more armor pieces for some of the things that design is plotting.
By the way, I can smell what's happening right now.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like seeping through the walls into the office.
Wow, so this is like a deer, fox, bird. It's got deer legs. Could be like elk legs, but you get the point. It's got a fox body, like with fur, and then it transitions into like a phoenix-looking bird. That's interesting. Its 1 foot wide sharp beak wasn't enough of a weapon, so they had to add an axe head. Yeah. The previous mount is just so cool. Like it kind of reminds me of a dodo bird, but it's like a cool looking dodo bird. Yeah, but this is interesting. Is this a mount or is this just a creature?
Hawk. Well, they are starting at noon. They're starting the potluck.
So ready for some food.
The amount of detail is crazy, though.
This is a you design, Steven.
Yes, that's a little bird.
The burrow hawk.
The burrow hawk.
Burrow.
He should have like a fox body.
Yep. Fox, like
there
body.
we go.
There we go.
Yeah, looks sick.
Loving the wing work. Feathers look great.
And then we have our
Oh.
oath breaker, which I think you guys have seen, or oath bearer. I think you guys have seen him before. There's been some changes, and
I'm
a
so
Yeah.
ready for a polar bear variant of this.
I think he
was
made a
mentioning
polar
it.
bear version
I
already.
know Ash
Man, this is so cool. Like the level of detail in this bear. Like every MMORPG has a bear in it, I feel like. So the idea isn't super innovating, but just the amount of detail and thought that's gone into this with the armor set, the hair. I don't know, it's so cool. Malvino says, "Oh wow, that bear looks incredible." Yeah, it really does. This is the second iteration of the bear too, which is so cool that they're making these mounts, but then they're showing us, oh hey, like we made it better. We added cooler armor. We made the hair like more detail in the hair and the fur. Like it's really cool to see the progression of these mounts. And this bear just looks so sick. Like it would be cool to be part of a guild where you're riding into like a siege on a castle and you're all just riding this bear. It's such a cool idea.
mentioned it, and Atkins is like, "I already got you covered, buddy."
Yeah, and
A
he like
polar
oh,
bear?
That's good. It's not completely
Yeah.
ready to show yet, but yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's
is-
so cool.
That's there.
Yes,
And then we have
I
our
was
Purgle.
watching. I just a quick
What
note.
is this?
Oh yeah, that guy's so cool. I love his colors.
What is this? It's a pig skunk, but it's purple. I'm not saying I hate it, but I just don't know what I'm looking at here. Like, I don't.
I was watching a new series. I can't remember. This was like a year or two ago on HBO. I think it was called. Oh man, what was that? What was that series called on HBO where they go through?
There's
the
so many
different
series on HBO.
areas.
He's
They
just
go
like,
through,
what was
like,
that series on HBO?
No.
Yo, Curtis C, welcome back to the stream, man. It's good to see you. Brad B building an Ursa guild? Yeah. I mean, the guild that I'm starting on Discord, by the way, quick plug-in, if you guys want to come check out our guild on Discord, we're putting together some really cool ideas. We have lots of people part of it already, so definitely come in. But we're doing like a pirate guild. We want to be like a roaming marauder pirate, not pirate themed. Like you don't have to be dressed like a pirate, but like we're gonna be pirating stuff. And so that's the type of guild we're having. I think the bears would play in really well to that sort of ideology of the guild. Yeah, it's a purple pig raccoon. That's exactly what it is. It's a purple pig raccoon. That's right. Troll, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I recognize your name, so thanks for coming and stopping by. Noah, I'm curious about the environment you'd find this thing in. Yeah. Is he in just like a purple tree? The purple raccoon tree? I'm horrified. Discord. Did the Discord link work? I don't know. Here, look, I'll hit play.
Which one, Steven? There's like a
Okay, wait,
million.
where they have a polar bear, and the polar bear attacks people,
Oh.
and he's like the king of the polar bears. It was like,
polar bears.
oh yeah, I
Dark
can't remember what it
materials,
was.
people are saying?
Yes, his
Okay.
dark materials.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good show.
I haven't
and then
seen it. I'll have to watch it.
I would love the way his dark materials. Thank you. Ash just messaged me. Yeah, but Ash mentioned having the polar bear variant. I can't remember the name of it, but it's he's like a king in that. But it would be cool to see that guy as a polar bear. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey guys, I just linked the Discord, or a link to the Discord link. Nope, just got linked and join in. Awesome, Troll. Yeah, come join the guild, guys. Right now we're trying to come up with a good guild name. So obviously the game's in the future, right? So really low commitment, but just come join the Discord, hang out. We talk about ashes. It's pretty fun. Malvino, I imagine the Crystal Forest. Yeah, for that one purple, what is it? The purple pig raccoon? Yeah, I could imagine it in a crystal sort of place.
We definitely will have a polar bear version. And then this is the Purgle, little cutie pie.
For sure,
Stuff of
Curtis.
my nightmares. I was like, I want a pig and like a squirrel, and I want them to have a baby.
I
but
really
also have
see-
a
It's not a squirrel, it's a raccoon. 100% raccoon. Who said that? Troll. Yeah, look at the rings on its tail. It's not a cute squirrel. It's shaped like a squirrel. This part. but it's a raccoon.
The animations for this guy mirroring that of a squirrel.
Yeah, that's what I
You see that as
imagined.
well?
It
Okay.
was
Oh, really?
like that's what I imagined. I don't know what
Okay.
the artists are gonna do, but when I was designing this, I was imagining it like a squirrel and a pig had a baby.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
running
Okay.
around real fast, jumping on things,
And, like,
jumping
sniffing
on your
with its little
shoulder,
snout, like
and
it
like
finds-
eating little with
yeah.
its little hands and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you stab it
And,
with
like,
your sword.
Kind of rubbing its horns on like the trees to like get nuts to shake off and stuff like that. Yeah.
I like Sunfrog said, smart as
What?
a pig, fast as a squirrel.
It's like an elephant running up against trees to like knock nuts off. There's no way a little squirrel can rub its horns against a tree to get nuts to fall. Yeah, it does have a squirrel feel too, yeah. But the purple pig raccoon has a better ring to it. So I vote raccoon, but
Next up, you did see these, so I won't linger
Yeah.
on them too long.
This
but
is
the
really
new
cool.
Dawnbreaker wings. You've seen these as like concept pieces, I think, in the past, but now these are in game as 3D models that you can see. Steven was flying them around.
the fur
as well.
changing. That's just really cool.
Next up, we've got the Sentinel great coat, which a lot of people tell me is like the Jon Snow
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
vibes.
they weren't the first people to use
No, I'm like, they aren't the first people to use dark armor and
Right.
cloak or like fur on cloaks.
yeah.
But yeah, it's looking pretty sick. And then,
is
of
look-
course, the
that is
Prowler of
looking pretty
Perdition, which is, I know, a fan favorite, is
Ooh.
now created. And this is one of Toast's favorite because she loves purple.
Oh. Wow. Yo, welcome, Troll, for subscribing on YouTube, man. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the content. Sit back, relax, grab some popcorn. Yeah, thank you so much. How are we feeling about this? I like the glowy part. I know it's purple. Purple would have been like the color I would choose, but as the meme goes, purple is always a win when it comes to like transmog and stuff. I love the idea of like this black tiger that has glowing eyes and it's almost like lightning is inside of him, you know? Like, doesn't this look like he's gonna shoot lightning out of his eyes? I don't know, I think it's pretty cool.
So this set was one of her faves. So there you go. That bad.
I feel like this isn't quite. Maybe this is just like the super low level version of this mount, but I feel like this isn't quite at the fidelity of the other mounts that we looked at. The amount of detail, the amount of like thought that went into it, it kind of just seems like, hey, we're just gonna make this glowing tiger and slap a saddle on it.
Bad boy. And I think I have a turntable of him. Yeah. Reminder that these turntables are like them in their T-pose. That's why they look a little strange. But it gives you like
its
the
tail's
high
like
def.
that in game.
Yeah.
It's
They
a
have
defense
tails like that.
mechanism. It has a barb at the end.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Like shoots out like acid or something.
I love the glowing part.
then-
It'd be really cool if, as you're walking through a cave or something, the glowing from your mount actually affected, like lit up the surroundings.
And you know, we try not to give you guys too much stuff that's like in-game achievables. 'Cause
Yeah, we don't
we wanna-
exactly
we want you to see them in game and
to
find them.
discover that
Yeah.
exactly.
But we'll
But
give you a little
this isn't.
teaser.
Hmm.
So this one is the Skinwalker.
This is a skin
Yeah, this is really cool. Troll. Let me see. I see a purple fireball coming out of its mouth. Yeah. You could do that too. I dig the lion out. Keep him, Curtis. Yeah, I think the lion's cool. I would definitely want to collect him. And they kind of hinted that they're not wanting to show us too much, so it makes me feel like they do have a really high, crazy saddled armor version of it. The saddle could be more detailed. Yeah.
walker. This is something that can be discovered and acquired in game. This is
Ooh.
a mount, as you can tell
Ooh.
by its little.
See, like the glowing line looked cooler, but you see what I'm talking about when it comes to level of fidelity? Like this one looks like it has a lot more planning, a lot more detail in it. And like I really, really like this one a lot. Depends on how big the mount is, because the saddle seems kind of small. It seems like your feet would hang all the way down here. but yeah, like I really like this.
Saddle. But yeah, I think Jinsey did this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
you could have some cool, pretty spooky transmogs going with this. So, like, this would be perfect for our pirate guild. You know, just these like haunted things.
And to remind you, the cosmetic stuff helps us design the
An
world.
undead
those
hyena,
are
yeah.
Those are what we use for NPC variations and creatures and filling up the world and making the world feel lively. So just keeping that in mind too, because we get a lot of questions regarding that.
And also,
I personally love this darker type of material. Like, yeah, I like the happy, sort of cute, fluffy stuff every once in a while, but this is the aesthetic that I really like.
helping us build the world.
and part of the reason why we like to show sometimes, even though we want to keep a majority of the in-game achievable stuff kind of under wraps, because again, about that discovery component, this does give you at least a marker point for quality comparison to the cosmetics that we provided as well.
I mean, look
So
at that.
you can see the
saddle.
detail. Exactly. You can see the detail
So
that's available on the in-game assets, as well as the cosmetics, and see that they're comparable.
Yeah, the detail on this saddle is just phenomenal. I want like armor like that. I could see the the back piece that's on like the saddle being something like on the back of your head, like one of those weird. What are those things called?
Yes, I know what you're talking
They're
about.
like weird things that people have on the back, like dials, like almost like a crown, but it's in the back of
remember.
your head. Someone knows what it is, but
It's
yeah.
like floating behind you.
Yeah, they like float. Well, they don't have
It's
to
like
float.
a
They
halo.
could be part of your armor too.
Curtis C. Also, thanks for streaming during my lunchtime. Couldn't be a better thing. We miss you. Oh, man. Curtis, quote of the day. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is definitely way late at night for me, so I'm glad our time zones could collide at this moment. The saddle is pretty cool.
But yeah, super cool. With that, gonna move into our Q&A, but I did want to touch on a couple things that the art team is working on as well, just to give you guys, some deets, because we like to give you them. They are obviously creating a lot of NPC armor sets, weapons, mounts, as per usual, doing all of that jazz. They're also working on a lot of 5-tier armor sets that will be incorporated with dungeons and quest lines. The design team's doing a lot of really cool epic quest lines, and they'll be incorporating a lot of those for those. They're working on the character creator, which I know everyone's very, very interested in. We don't really want to show you screenshots of the character creator. We really want to show you it working. And so when we're ready to share that with you, we will. But they're kind of moving along with that. They're figuring out where the limits of customization should be, body scaling, proportion scaling, musculature, things, and making sure that everything's working. And then exposing tint control for players. That's going to be kind of like their initial task, so that whenever you guys are playing, you're able to kind of really make your character look, unique. And that includes like skin, hair, and eyes. And Steven had a really funny one he shared with the PI folks, but that's secrets. Go ahead.
No, I was like, what are you talking about? And then I remember.
Yeah, you remember it.
Call him Swole Boy. And he skipped leg day.
He skipped leg day, yeah. It's like this little dwarf with like no legs. And then of course we have a lot of advancements on performance while they're trying to get the better fidelity with lighting and materials. They're also continuing to focus on the character and environment material unification. This is so that we can like kind of use stuff across the board, and that will also allow us to have better performance. So we're not like having like 5 different, leather textures. Like they can actually use them for all of like character and environment stuff, right? And then they're trying to get the look and the feel of characters and make sure that they're very because that's very important to them. So they're doing a lot more tests with environments and lighting, and making sure that, when you actually create your character and you're in the game, that it kind of looks like what you create in character create. And they'll be moving forward with Nakua and Renkai and Dunir models. So you'll be seeing a lot of these coming. That includes skin, head, tattoos, hairs, facial hairstyles. And then just in general, they're just trying to work on a lot more hairstyles for all the different races, and a lot more armor sets per race as well. And I think I covered all of the things, unless you think there's anything I'm missing, Steven.
No, not that I
Right.
can think of. This costume's very hot. It's got to get hot.
All right, let's get into the Q&A section really quick.
Let's
Q&A.
identify 3 top questions in the Q&A.
Oh, I'll just go with the first 3 then.
Okay.
Fair.
Sure.
Asa here from crafting, or about crafting, wants to know from the forums: is it decided whether hunting certificates will sometimes/always also act as crafting materials, or if these two concepts are completely separate?
Generally,
Oh.
the hunting certificates are not intended to be part of any type of crafting materials. So they are purely intended as a alternative mechanic to acquiring gold. And then additionally as a payment method for housing taxes, as well as citizenship dues. So
Okay.
that is the intended the intended use of the hunting certificate system.
All right. And then
Right.
Magic Man wants to know.
So when he says hunting certificate system, is when you correct me if I'm wrong, but when you kill animals out in the wild, you can take. They'll drop they'll drop an item that you can turn in, for gold and stuff. Kind of like they drop a pelt, or like you go skin a whole bunch of wolves or something like that. It's going to be similar to that system. So he's saying that the tickets themselves aren't going to be part of the crafting. It'll actually be the pelts and stuff that are part of crafting.
Know about world interactivity. Will there be objects in the world of Vera that give certain utility or mobility buffs? Example, a mushroom that makes you jump higher when stepped on. Ooh, I like that.
There are certain
Some like Mario Kart.
objects that can be placed by design. Some of those might be ladders, they could be slides, they could be different mobility things. Whether or not specifically there's a mushroom that lets you jump high, probably not.
They could be spongy. That'd be
who
cool.
knows? I don't know. It could be part of like a jumping puzzle or something. But yeah, no,
We have
the
jumping
intent,
puzzles already.
I know. The intent is that yes, there are going to be unique, I think, mobility objects in the world, such as ladders and slides and stuff like that. And those would primarily be found probably in certain types of like dungeon settings, or jumping puzzles, or hard to navigate areas.
Okay.
Cool. And Lashing from the forum wants to know about consumables. Will buffs from food and consumables persist through death? Or like you chug a potion, you die, it's done.
It depends on the consumable. There might be some very high grade consumables that do persist, but generally buffs will not persist past death.
Makes sense.
For the most part, buffs will not persist past. If they do, it's a very unique or high end buff.
Okay, that's 3. Would you like me to ask any others?
All right, we can do one more.
One more. He's giving you one more.
Let's do it.
Tyrannothraxis wants to know about exploration. Do you plan on having account-wide map exploration and knowledge, or will maps be specific to your individual character?
Oh.
That's a good question.
That is a good one.
There's a lively discussion about that actually at the moment, and tying that into kind of the library system as we've outlined previously, and cartography and the map making systems, whether or not maps will update geographic location advancements such as node advancements unless you've been recently to that area or have at least acquired that information from a central area like a library that has the cartography stuff. I guess answer to that is don't know yet. We will see. That's something that's actively being discussed.
That's okay.
Okay, so basically the answer is no. This is what I'm getting from, they might clarify in a second, but the hint they're getting at is no. Between characters on different accounts, the map progress and how you discover it, because there's a fog of war system, that won't get carried over. Now what they're trying to figure out in their discussion is, on one character, once you visited a place and then left, that place changes over time, right? The nodes evolve, dungeons open up, dungeons close, seasons might affect it. Does your Fog of War reveal its updated version as well? Or do you have to go visit it again to get the new update on the map? I personally like the idea of you having to visit it again, because it adds more of a discovery, right? It makes you want to keep exploring. It gives you a reason to go to that zone across the map that you visited 6 months ago, but you haven't been to in a while. I like the idea of the discovery and like the mystery of what could be happening on the other side of the map that I just don't know about because my map is 2 months old. 2 months old for sure.
Sometimes we won't have the exact specific answer quite yet, but definitely we'll give you some more information on it in the future. And so, we good on questions then, Stephen? We're going to wrap it up.
Well, I feel bad now. Let's go to 12:15. We'll go to 12:15.
Okay, all right.
However many,
All right.
let's do speed round. We'll do speed rounds.
Okay, we only have 10. So our next question is
Well, then we'll just do all 10. That's fine.
Yawanak wants to know about development. What are some lessons learned from other or recent MMORPG releases? And did any technical aspects of Ashes of Creation get considered as results?
Man.
Sounds like a trick question.
It is a trick question. We all know what they're
You're
trying.
gonna
We know
get
what
me-
you're trying to do.
Get me in trouble.
Okay, so New World sucks right now. I can't even stream it. So I've tried streaming it several times. Maybe it's because I have a toaster, I have a PC, but I can't stream New World. It crashes my computer every time while I'm streaming. I can play it not on stream, but I'm trying not to do that. So I'm trying to wait for New World to fix their code because a lot of other people are having this problem. And I'm also looking at upgrading my computer, but they're talking about New World here and just how bad the performance is.
Oh, this is gonna get me in trouble.
Don't worry, I'll keep you from getting in trouble.
Anything learned from recent game launches? Well, I think that there's a general thing learned about game launches as a whole, right?
Yeah.
Not recent or otherwise. But that, sometimes in game development, you have outside influences that can push release dates forward. And that can be a dangerous thing because both from a quality assurance perspective, making sure that the game has had enough time to sit in that polish phase, in that bug fixing phase, because launching an MMO is a very unique occurrence from a game world perspective because persistence is an important thing. That persistence of your achievements and the economy and, going through content, right? Like you get one server launch, and if that gets messed up, like, what do? You restart the server, or it's like a whack-a-mole process, right? So taking your time is a luxury not every project has. At the same time, you have to balance what taking your time means because, if you have announced a project like we have and you have active updates monthly and people are, part of the community and anticipating that project and want to play the game, there is a patience level. There is a patience endpoint as well. So I think having constant communication with your player base is extremely important. Having a very dedicated and good community team like Margaret and her team is a very important bridge for that communication to the developers. And as long as you guys are seeing that progress, you're seeing that development, we are feeling comfortable making sure we don't rush this thing, because rushing this thing can get us in the same place that some other games we all have played have gotten to, which is not a good place to be sometimes.
I 100% agree with him. I mean, him talking about outside influences dictating when games come out. Just think of World of Warcraft. Think of New World. Think about these big companies that have these parent companies over them. Amazon, Activision. Yeah. That are dictating when the game comes out, and it doesn't matter whether it's good or not. Like, we have to hit these deadlines and we have to start earning money. It's sad that we've gotten to that sort of point in the gaming industry where the big wigs think they know what's best, so they push certain things. I think that's one of the main reasons why I have hope for Ashes of Creation is because there is no overarching company like that. There's no one controlling Steven and his team. And it's just them. It's just them wanting to make a good game. So that's one of the things I'm most excited about. Yeah, Courtesy, Cyberpunk. That's a great example too. Like, it's hard when there are businesses that are pressuring developers when the businesses don't understand they don't understand that it's actually hurting the game more than helping. So yeah, and I get the business side of things. Like, you don't want to spend just 10 years in development because you never think it's good enough. Eventually, at some point, you do need to release it, and you can make updates as you go. But I feel like many of these games, all they need is another 6 months, and then they'd be perfect. And the developers are just not getting that. Carlos Alberto Colosso. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the stream. You asked, if all terrestrial mounts are going to walk and run, what is the point of having several just to collect skins? Well, obviously, mount collecting is going to be huge, no matter what. But I think what makes these mounts in particular unique is that depending on how you breed the mount and the animal husbandry profession, mounts actually have abilities. And the same mount can have different abilities depending on how you breed them. And your mounts level up with experience. So you using your mount changes and influences the abilities that it has. So yes, there's pretty good reason to have multiple mounts, different types of mounts for different situations. Maybe you have a mount that's really good at just running around and collecting flowers. It's really fast. You can pick up flowers while you're on the mount, stuff like that. While other mounts, they glide. So you might want to have a set of different gliding mounts depending on where you are. Mounts are also affected by seasons. So maybe you have a polar bear mount, but it's only good when it's winter. And in the summer, it's really slow. But when it's winter, on the snow, it like moves twice as fast. So there's going to be lots of different reasons to have different types of mounts. Not only collecting skins, but obviously collecting skins will be a part of it. Troll. I mean, Steven wants to play this game too. He wants it to be good so he can enjoy it too. Yeah. Steven's more of a nerd than any of us neckbeards. You know, like he's always talking about his D&D and Pathfinder quests he's doing, like his campaigns that he's in right now, even though he's running this company. So he's definitely down in the game with us. Courtesy. Investors want their month fast regardless of how buggy games are. Yeah. There is something to say about hitting deadlines, right? And I think when investors say like, hey, we're going to stick with you for 3 years. I know 3 years might not be enough to make an MMORPG, but that's how much time we're giving you. And so it's kind of up to the developers to sort of rush and fit it all in that 3 years. And then it does get to a point where money has run out and they kind of have to say, yep, it's like kind of like do or die. We have to launch it. Hopefully we make it through this. Unfortunately, Activision and Amazon, the two examples coming to my head, they have unlimited resources, right? They could throw $1 billion at this MMO. And so I feel like it's less about lack of resources and it's more about them just pushing to show their managers, wow, like look how good our game is. Like we made $1 million this year. Everyone hates the game, but we're making money off of it. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like there's some sort of link missing in their heads. Melvino, mounts are going to be their own independent economy tied to the main economy. Yeah, I think that's how every profession is going to be. There's going to be a set of rules that every profession works within and is trying to fulfill demand and stuff. And that's all going to wrap into the overarching economy. Troll, it's similar to how BDO does their mounts, just better. Yeah, I haven't really played BDO. It's always looked interesting to me. But yeah, from what I've seen in other MMORPGs, just watching streamers and watching videos, then what I've seen from myself playing MMORPGs, these are the mounts that I'm most excited for. And I really liked mounts in World of Warcraft and stuff. So the fact that I'm even more excited about them here, it says a lot.
We're lucky we don't have those outside influences, right?
Steven is
I
the
don't-
influence.
I know.
He
that's
cracks the
true. I do crack sometimes. Oh, I try to delegate that cracking of the whip responsibility mostly to production, but sometimes
That's
yes,
true.
you do have to crack the whip. But anyways, that would be my takeaway from game launches in general, recent or otherwise.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about even in this update. If you go earlier, we talked about how when it comes to different systems or UI or whatever it might be, we learn a lot from different games of what things we like, what things we think we can improve with ours, systems that we can make better, or systems that we like.
Yeah.
So I think that we constantly are looking at what other products are doing. As gamers ourselves, we just want to have fun. So I think it all
Yeah,
incorporates.
I think it's important to note that any intelligent person is going to look at what is being done within their market sphere, right? That space. There's great additions that can be had because of it. There's revisions that can be had. There's we can walk back some design ideas because another game has helped kind of take that idea and prototype it themselves in their launch, and that's fine. Like it is what it is. But I think the most important rule is communicate with your players and take the time necessary to make sure that the quality assurance of your game is good and that the design loops are solid, because MMOs have one opportunity to launch.
And your performance, and that performance is not just game client performance, it's also server performance is going to be important.
Systems as well. How that system performs in the core gameplay loop, right? That's another important component. But yes, sorry.
Man, the gaming industry is tough because really you have one set of hype and one opportunity to launch, and then if it doesn't go well, like it's gonna take a long time and a lot of PR and a lot of advertising, a lot of work to get your game back to a point where players are coming to it. It's kind of like a movie, Think about how many movies come out that you don't go see because you're just not interested in. Games are similar too. Like all the movies that came to the theaters that you never went and saw because you weren't interested in, like it's very unlikely that you're going to go check those movies out later. Like, yeah, you might check them out later, but I would like 99% of movies you're never going to go see. And that's the same with games. Like, it's tough. It's definitely a tough industry. Terrell, BDO could have been an amazing game. It's a glorified single-player MMO. Yeah, like, that's the problem that I have with World of Warcraft too, is it's single-playered. Like, hey, thank you so much for the follow, man. It's Fane. Yo, it's Fane. Pago, Baird is live. Man, thank you so much for coming and checking out the stream. Glad to see you over on Twitch. That's so cool. So, Troll, that's the problem I'm having with MMOs, is they're not multiplayer. Like, I can play World of Warcraft as a solo player. And yes, I feel like there should be a space for solo players, and I see there's a lot of our peers that just want to RP solo, right? Like, so yes, I get it. There needs to be a space, but it shouldn't be the norm. I don't think solo play in an MMORPG should be the norm. It's a massively multiplayer game, not just an online MMORPG. Courtesy, the floating rock mount is ridiculous though. Yeah. I don't know if you watched my previous video about that, but yeah, I hate that. I hate that stupid mount. I really hope they do a lot of revisions to it. That's by far the worst mount Ashes of Creation has released so far. From the previous, yep. Yeah, it's Fane. Definitely stick around, kick back, relax, grab some popcorn. Let's do it. What's the stat? 60% of all MMOR players play solo. There definitely has to be a space, but forcing people to depend on each other is so important. I think 60% of MMORPG players play solo because there's no incentive to play with someone else. Like, first of all, other people are stupid, right? And so you don't want to be playing with other people. The only time you really play with other people are for like guilds or like main big raids or dungeons or something. So I'm hoping Ashes of Creation creates an environment where you're wanting to participate in the community, because the community is going to decide what the node turns into. Is it going to be like, is the Metropolis node going to be like a scientific one? Wow. Or any of the other ones, like I feel like participation should be something fun, and playing with other people and forming parties should be something fun, not just for efficiency, but for like it makes it better. And so I'm hoping Ashes of Creation can achieve that. Again, I don't think you should force players to play solo. I don't think you should force players to play in groups. But I feel like there's so many good incentives around the group, playing in groups, that people just aren't using when creating MMORPGs.
Go ahead, next one.
No, okay. Next one is from Dabpoor
So much
G.
Thanks,
for
Troll.
rapid fire.
I
Sorry.
know, so much for rapid fire. We got into it. Alpha 2. When you move into Alpha 2 phase of testing, do you have any predictions, hopes, or goals concerning server population / capacity?
Yeah, we're aiming for between 8 to 10,000 concurrent users on a per world
Wow.
shard basis. We feel very confident in that ability. We
Wow.
are also looking for very large battles as well, and we feel confident on that front also. So those are.
It's Alpha 2 and they're already going to have 10,000 concurrent players on a server with 500 versus 500 like sieges. How cool is that? We're in Alpha 2. Like if there's more than 40 players on your screen in World of Warcraft, like the game just is unplayable. So the fact that we're already there, I don't know. I'm getting too hyped. I gotta dial back expectations. Alpha 2 is gonna suck. All right.
Our goals, and we're sticking to them.
Yeah. Anduin wants to know about lore. What are the average lifespans for each of the major races of Vera? Maybe we can't give that information right now.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, from a traditional fantasy perspective, especially kind of precedence on races that, like D&D has, I think, a similar concept for
Yeah,
race
like elves live
lifespans.
much longer.
Yeah,
years,
exactly.
yeah.
I think you can look to that front and kind of draw some similarities. But yeah, that stuff will probably be outlined as we reveal more information on the races
And if
as a
you
result of the character creator.
unlock some of the lore
Okay.
from the Extra Life, you'll get some little teasers of bits of some of that as well. Tirakel wants to know about combat. How do you foresee projectiles working in terms of any differences between firing them in action or tab targeted combat?
That's a good question that we recently had some discussion
I
about.
heard some.
Obviously, there's some concern when it comes to projectiles and hitboxes, especially when races have varying hitbox sizes. And in that regard, we're going to look to kind of doing something on the capsule base aspect, because most capsules, and their bases will be relative in size. So something that the design and engineering team are looking towards, and you'll probably get more information on that as we draw closer to Alpha 2 and kind of outline some of the work we've done on the action combat front, I think.
All right,
Okay.
and then Karthos wants to know about ships. For ships with a variable / utility or variable utility / weapon locations, is this assignment done when the ship is first created, or can it be changed when the owner desires?
This would be something that's done at the creation stage of the ship. So if there are variable locations that are available as part of the blueprint of that particular ship's design, those elections would be made prior to construction completion.
Cool.
And Song Rune wants to know about housing. Is there any plan?
I'm really excited for ship combat. Just the idea of spending a couple weeks building the ship, customizing like different turrets and different locations, different like abilities, different sails, depending on like what we're going for, and then being able to ride that into battle and just like destroy people. That just sounds like such a cool idea to me. Carlos, I'm really curious about the Tolnar. Yeah. They haven't announced when Alpha 2 has started yet, but I believe they're wanting to nail down all the races before Alpha 2. So we're all kind of guessing Alpha 2 is going to be in like April next year. No. Sorry. I think that's too soon. I'm thinking like a year. It's gonna be like in the summer of next year. That's my guess, at least. But yeah, I'm interested in Tolnar as well.
Part of the blueprint of that particular ship's design, those elections would be made prior to construction completion.
All right, and Song Rune wants to know about housing. Is there any plan to have furniture items behave in which they have effects that can be used up and need to be repaired or replaced, or will this be related in some way to no destruction? So basically, like things having effects that could get consumed or destroyed.
No, I don't think we have any plans on the furniture / housing side that are, limited use aspect. I'm trying to think, trying to delve deep into the reservoir of my mind. If
There's a lot there.
I know. I was like, wait. Yeah, I would say tentatively no. I wouldn't say that's part of
When
the
your
plan.
freehold gets destroyed, you'll have like a
Those
blueprint.
things get sent back.
Yeah,
to you.
so you'll be
Yeah.
able to like reset it up pretty easy once you purchase a new freehold location, and whether that's in the town that you rebuild or is owned by a new ruler or you move it somewhere else. All right. And with that, we're going to wrap up our October development update. We hope that you have a spectacular rest of your month. Congratulations to all of the glorious Gourd winners.
So cool, guys. Well, that seems really far. I was thinking early next year for next alpha. Yeah, like, obviously I'm praying for like February or like January in a couple months. But if you think with everything that they've listed that they want to get done, they want to flesh out every system. So they want to completely make all the professions. Okay. And they want to flesh out all the races so that you can have all the races made. And they want to build the character creator. Like, there's a lot of really big things that are going to take 6 months. Like, you think about timeline, you're like, okay, at least 6 months for making all the races in the game and making all the professions in the game. So I feel like it's got to be at least 6 months from now. So early, like April, May earliest next year. Probably a little bit longer. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that was awesome. That was really good to watch and stuff. Let's see. I've been playing Factorio lately. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming and checking out the stream. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. We had a couple new subscribers, Trawl, and who else? It's Fane followed us on oh my gosh, Twitch. So thank you guys for following me on Twitch and following me on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Like, this would just be the dream, right? This would be the dream to do this full time, to come hang out with you guys, make content, have fun, give my opinion, hate on other people's pumpkins. So thank you so much for supporting me with all of this. Yeah, but a lot of these things are already in progress. That's true. That is true. A lot of these things are in progress, so let's change this song here. Yo, Noah. Wait, Noah, you tipped me $3.95 with a super chat. Tie for the stream. No way, Noah. Okay, Noah, you've made it into the Hall of Fame. That is the first super chat. That's my first super chat, man. I just barely hit 1,000 subscribers like a month or two ago. Yeah. Props to Noah, guys. Can we share some love for Noah in the chat for being the first super chatter and supporting the stream? That's really, really cool. That's awesome. Call me Grape? Alright, Grape. Well played, Noah. Yeah, so you're going down in the Hall of Fame. I have a Hall of Fame that I'm making for all like the big landmarks. So yeah, you're going down into the Hall of Fame. Don't worry. That's going to come into play later on where we have like a really cool Hall of Fame setup. But let me just write down your username real quick. That's really cool. So every couple months I do a stream update, right? Where I show you the analytics of my streaming, of my YouTube channel, show you how much money I'm making. I'm trying to be like very transparent in how I'm trying to achieve my goals and to becoming a streamer and YouTuber and stuff. And so Noah basically like, so the $3.50 he donated is essentially like 1,500 views. So you contributing that money is the equivalent of watching my videos 1,500 times. So it's like no small feat. So I know I'm kind of blowing $3 out of proportion, but really that's pretty cool. Thank you so much. No way, Curtis C. With another super chat, I'm the second. You guys are okay. You guys are freaking nuts. Let's calm down. With the 189. That's so cool, guys. Yeah. So like every $2 is basically like 1,000 views on my videos. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Noah, I'm writing down your name. Curtis, you're number 2, man. That's really cool. Anyway, holy cow. I don't know. I never thought I'd get to the point where people would give me money to stream. So the fact that I had 2 donations today is like freaking nuts. Wow. So cool, guys. All right. I don't really know what else to say other than thank you. Love you much, guys. And as always, as we wrap up this stream, I hope everyone has a really good night or morning, depending on where you are. And as always, break a leg.